In this video, I'm going to do some spring garden prep work with my husband for our strawberries and blueberries, and then I'm also going to clean out my car. Some basic weekend chores that we're tackling here today. Welcome to the video. My name is Erica Lucas, and I share videos about simple living, decluttering, and minimalism. You wouldn't know it by looking at my car right now, but we've had a busy week, and I try to do it every single weekend. Back to my strawberries. So I have several second year and third year strawberries that I have grown from seed. Mostly, I think I maybe bought one or two plants. The rest have been propagated from seeds and from existing plants. And last year, the birds and the squirrels ate most of our blueberries and our strawberries. So this year, I've asked my husband to help me find a way to protect the berries from the creatures that like to be in our yard. This video you're watching right now is episode 2 in my series of Spring Simple Living. I will leave a link for episode 1 below, and once I publish episode 3, I will leave a link for that as well. This blueberry plant is on its 4th year with me. It is humongous. It's like 10 times the size from when I bought it. And I wanted to repot it. I wanted to pot it up into something bigger. And you can see the way that I lifted it out. It's huge. It needed a fresh new pot. And I'm augmenting the soil now with some compost. And then I use a small container, small planter when I use these humongous planters. This is a 30-gallon planter. And what that does is create a pathway for the water to get to the deeper parts of the root system in a large container like this. I mostly do container gardening in our yard. I end up with about 80 containers by the end of the season, but I do grow a lot of the herbs and the vegetables that we eat. The only fruits that I'm growing right now are blueberries and strawberries, and I grew them successfully last year, and the birds and squirrels really enjoyed them, I'm sure, because they came back for more. Being in my garden and putting my hands in the dirt every day and taking care of my plants, essentially from February when I start seedlings all the way through to October, for me it's a 10-month hobby. It is truly something that brings me a lot of joy. And that is because I have simplified our life in our home over 5 years. And for me, some of the best parts of simple living are getting to have an opportunity to enjoy the things and really lean into the things that make you happy and not be distracted by things you need to do in your house or clutter or stress. And we still have a ton of stuff and projects and things we have to deal. I mean, we're a family of 5, but it's so much simpler now after 5 years of minimalism and decluttering to be able to find days like this where we can spend a couple of hours working on a project in the garden and getting some stuff ready for the summer. My husband had decided to staple down the netting that I had purchased last year and then use boards to reinforce it on there. He felt like the staple wasn't going to be good enough because the netting would have pulled. So the secondary boards that he nailed on were meant to hold the netting. And we ended up with a flap in the front because I still need access to be able to harvest the berries and fertilize and take care of them. He built this planter here, which I have green beans and nasturtiums growing in right now. Well, seeds anyway. He and my 10-year-old son built it for me as a project together. It counted as a Cub Scout badge for my son, but it was a really fantastic project for them to do together. And once the summer season is over and my green beans and my nasturtiums are finished in that planter, I'm going to put in garlic for the fall that we'll be able to have in the spring. Working on or around our home gives us so much satisfaction, and being able to spend so much time gardening and working on these projects with my family is a simple life for me. Growing the vegetables and the fruits and the herbs that we eat all summer and fall is so important to me, and is a result of focusing on intentionality and living a life of intention on purpose. And by doing that, I ended up decluttering so many things and really focusing on the things that were the most important to me. And protecting my strawberries is super important to me this year. So I've got these pots in here that'll be ready for the runners once these plants send out their runners. I've got pots in here ready to go. So I have 3 large sort of patch containers. I call it my strawberry patch. I know, it's ridiculous. Anyway, it's really nice to be married to someone who's handy and has all the tools to get projects like this done. The flap in front, I need to find a way to secure it so that birds and squirrels don't get in there, but also make it easy for myself to be able to get in there and take care of the plants as well. So right now I'm trying these clamps on the front. We'll see how well it works. But for now, it's great. And he used lumber we already had and materials we already had, so there was a zero expense for that. I decided also to just get out into the car and get that done, since we were doing work outside and just wanted to be done. This is after a week of driving kids around to various activities. And so there's library books and raincoats and sports bags and trash and rain boots and sneakers. And I'm reading this book, Growing an Edible Landscape. The author of this book has a YouTube channel. He lives in Columbia, Maryland. So I take his advice because he's kind of only 30 minutes from me. I take my laundry basket. I don't use my laundry basket in my laundry room anymore. I used it to clean out my car, and then it lives in my car when I'm done. So does everyone have a microscope in their car after a week? This is a leftover half-eaten bagel. It was hard as a rock. It's only been a couple of days. Anyway, there's a lot of raincoats in here from the week, and so I just shove everything into my basket, take it inside, put everything where it belongs. And then the basket lives in the back of my car for things to hold during the week, and also for me to empty it out at the end of every week, because with 3 kids and everybody's in sports and activities and homeschool co-op and going to see friends and library, whatnot, my car gets like that. So the only thing that's left now are library books that need to be returned and a helmet that needs to be returned. I downgraded to this small purse a while ago, but I do operate with 2 purses. I have a 2-purse system. This bag here has all the things that I really don't need to lug into anywhere, but I want to have on me as a mom. And so this is I call it my big purse and my little purse. A sunscreen and bug spray bag. Tissues, Band-Aids, tampons. This is a first aid bag. Just various things should someone get an injury. A rubber band bag, hair tie bag. Me and my daughter. A vomit bag, because 2/3 of my children get car sick. I don't even know what that was. My sunglasses. A notebook for random things that pop into my head. Another bag of miscellaneous things, an extra inhaler, a nail file, a nail clipper, and tweezers. Ooh, my lip gloss. I've been looking for this. I usually keep it upstairs, and I couldn't figure out what I did with it. I should have assumed I put it in my big purse. And some pens. These are my good pens. This comes in and out of the house with me. So technically I take 2 purses, but my little purse is the only one that goes into places with me. This is more just stuff I would like to have on hand as a mom, but I don't want to leave it in the car because the heat of the summer can ruin some of these first aid products. And this gets melty in the car too. So I bring that in and out, kind of like a launch pad mom purse, but I don't want to carry the big purse around every single place. I leave it in the car if we're going to the park or co-op or friend's house or whatever. And then I only just bring in my little purse. Okay, here's what I'm working on next. This will be the next video, probably. It's a miscellaneous pile of stuff. It's stuff from inside the RV that came into this house. It's stuff that I bought for the summer for swimming. Some cleaning supplies, some camping stuff I think is in here. Anyway, I gotta organize all of this and put it where it belongs in the house, or declutter it, to be determined. Anyway, I've been stockpiling it here so I can do it with you in a video, and I guess I will film that in the next couple days. Take care, hope you're doing well.